Do you ever feel like your life is overwhelming? There's just too much on your plate, or you don't even know what is on your plate? Well, it's time to become the project manager of your life. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. I know we talk about health and wellness, and that pertains to like food most of the time and exercise and strategies for that. But what's on your plate? And I'm not talking about your nutritional plate. I'm talking about the plate of life. Welcome, guys. My name is Patrice, The.Patrice.Denise. I'm over here living a healthy, sustainable life, one day at a time, one step at a time. And thank you for joining this video. Over here in this community, you are a wellness warrior. And when I say a wellness warrior, what I am meaning and what I am referring to is that we are over here conquering these different goals that we have set for ourselves. We are conquering any health concerns that may come before us. We are conquering and working towards and fighting for and being diligent about our overall health and our overall wellness. We are choosing healthy growth. Remember, healthy growth over quick fixes, wholeness over burnout, and lasting progress over chasing perfection. So welcome, 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 Wellness Warrior. Today, I wanted to dive, just not too deep, but dive deep into first of all, an activity that kind of sparked my interest in doing this video and sharing it with you guys. And then I kind of expanded a little bit further and went into just finding different activities that relates to it and then just trying to bring it all together. The resource that I got it from, first of all, is Set Boundaries, Find Peace, and it's a guide to reclaiming yourself by Nidra Glover Tawwab. But early into the book, she presented an activity and I wanted to show that to you and, just give you the opportunity to look at it too. Do you ever feel like your life is overwhelming? There's just too much on your plate, or you don't even know what is on your plate? Well, it's time to become the project manager of your life. That is the mindset that I have recently adopted, and it just makes me smile, make me chuckle, because my girlfriend, she asked me if I knew about Notion, and I was like, I heard about it, but I never tried it. And I'm just going to warn you, if you have not heard about Notion and you do try to dig deep into it, just know that it is good, but it is at first can be overwhelming because you're like, where do I start? So I just went ahead, after talking with my girlfriend, bought a template from another YouTuber, and I'm just diving deep into that and just trying to understand and get it together to become the project manager of my life. But as I got into Notion, project manager kept coming up into my mind, project manager. And then when I did this activity, what's on your plate, I was like, yes, I am essentially the project manager of my life. But I need to get it together and I need to act accordingly. Now, I know when you hear the word or the words project manager, you might think of business meetings, spreadsheets, or corporate jobs. But the truth is, each of us is managing one of the biggest projects ever, our own life. And just like any big project, our lives need clarity, strategy, and regular check-ins to make sure things are on track. So today I want to share these different tools, these different worksheets and check-ins that you can use to take ownership over your life and over your time, your energy, and your priorities, so that you, as well as me, can live a more balanced and intentional life. Okay, so the first activity that Ms. Tawwab presented was she wanted us to sit down and find out what is on our plate. And I'm not talking about, like I said, our nutritional plate. I'm talking about the plate of life. So this here activity, and I'm going to have this link down below so that you can get this whole document and work it out for yourself. But what this did is it allowed me to write down all my activities, all my responsibilities, all my duties, everything I do day to day, week to week, month to month, and really sit down and ask myself, do I enjoy that activity or that duty? Do I need more time on that activity? Do I need more time? Would I like to have more time for that activity? Am I spending a lot of time on that activity? That's what this column is saying. Does this activity energize me? Is it for me or is it for others? So again, do I enjoy that activity? Do I wish to have more time with that activity? Is that activity, am I finding that I'm spending a lot of time on that activity? Does it energize me? Is it for me or is it for someone else? And I'm telling you, after completing this exercise, I was really blown away. So some of the activities, some of the duties that I have within my own life is, first of all, my family life and all the duties that go with that, my work life, YouTube, church life. I have a part-time job, and I'm not listening to all this to say, woe is me, I have so much going on, but really sitting down to actually go through it and say, okay, is this for me? Do I enjoy it? Is it energizing me? And I'm going to show you another activity here in a second, but do I really want to do this or do I not? And what can I do to, well, we'll dive deep into that here in a second. But this really allowed me to see the areas of my life and where I focus my time and where I would like to focus my time. So just some other questions down there to reflect on at the bottom is, are you surprised by anything on the list? What is actually missing from your list? So I completed the list, but then I said, okay, no, I'm not going to, it's a work in progress because I'm going to take this and not just do it on one day. I'm going to do it over a week. And then I might even extend it to a month just to see all the different activities that I do within the month, so I don't forget something. And then asking myself, what do I need to eliminate or reduce to spend more time on things that I do actually enjoy. So what is on your plate? I challenge you to go ahead and download this PDF file so that you can, or this file, I'm not sure how it's going to upload, but download this file so that you can do this activity to really ask yourself what is on your plate. And remember, I'm not talking about our nutritional plate, because I do believe that when we are on our health journeys, on our wellness journey, the physical part of it is good, and we do need to focus on that in order to better our health, better our overall health. But what is going on in our life that may be affecting our health, that may be affecting us to get to our optimal wellness that we want to get to. After doing that and finding out what is all on your plate, then now let's look at this. This one can actually be done in conjunction with the what's on your plate activity. So this is just providing us more clarity. So this is called an energy audit. Now, like I said, the other one, it did have a place right here where you check to say if it energizes you. But let's just dive a little bit deeper and say, ooh, is this actually energizing me? Is it neutral? Is it something okay. Like for instance, you can see, okay, so one of my tasks might be that I take my kids to school in the morning. So I get up in the morning, I take my kids to school. Now, in one way, someone might say, oh, that does energize me. Yes, I love, and I actually do love watching when they get out of the car, and then I say, have a good day, and I love you, and bye, and I smile, and things like that. So now I'm thinking about it, it could be an energizer, but then someone else might put that as neutral. Hopefully nobody says that's draining because they want to love up on their kids, but you get the idea. So you would list your activities, list your duties that you have, and you would write down or check, is it energizing you? Is it neutral, or does it drain you? And by you looking at these different activities that you put down and where you classify them, then you can ask yourself, do I need to go ahead and eliminate that activity? What can I do? Can I delegate that to someone else? What can I do to change that from draining to neutral or energizing? Or what can I do to just eliminate that activity for myself altogether? Because as a project manager, that's what they do. They have the list of activities for the project. If they can't do it themselves, they of course delegate it. That's why they have other members of the project who they are managing, so to speak, correct? Right. So you would look at your different activities and you would delegate it out just as a project manager does. We are project managers of our lives. Now, this third activity that I want to dive into, this is another clarity activity. So you did the very first activity, and then these three that I'm showing you after that first one, these kind of help to clarify some things. So this one is called a priority matrix, or Eisenhower matrix. And this one helps. I really need to use this one. I definitely need to use this one. But this one helps us to put things in perspective or classify them with a priority level. So all those different activities that you had in the beginning, see how we're just carrying it on from activity to activity. I want you to categorize those activities as urgent or not urgent, and then as well as important or not important. So, for instance, let's think of something. I can go back to dropping my kids off to school. Well, that is important. That is important. And it is urgent because they definitely have to be on time for school. So I would put that in this box right here. I wish I could type. Oh, I probably can. Let's see. That's an eraser. I'm a squirrel. Oh, no, is that an eraser? What is that? Oh, that's a highlighter. And this is an eraser. All right, getting back to the point of the matter here is that I will take those different activities, and that's why I said it's important. It's important to do that first activity over the course of maybe a week or 2 weeks or even a month, just to really try to see what all that you do and what all that you have going on in your life. And so then you can label them accordingly. So I would put, and I wish I could type in this box, but I would put down dropping my kids off to school in this box right here. By doing this activity here, I feel that it will provide clarity to us and get us to see, am I spending a lot of time in this urgent category instead of spending a lot of time in this important but not urgent category? So spending time with our family, reading our books, Bible study, prayer time, things like that. They're all important. They don't have a kind of like a time sensitive, urgent, putting out a fire kind of sense to it. And am I spending my life just putting out fires? So this activity helps us to see, am I listing all things as urgent and they should be listed as not urgent? It can help you to think of it like that. And am I listing things as important and it could be not important? And again, thinking in project management world, the things that are urgent and are important, do I have to do it? Do I have to be the one always putting out the fire? Can I delegate again? That is something that I'm working on. Can I delegate that to someone else? Moving on to the last exercise. This one has 2 parts. Let me see. Okay, this one has 2 parts. It is called Life Clarity Exercise 3. This is called the Wheel of Life. And the Wheel of Life, I like this one because it also is helping me to, when I'm working with Notion and trying to get that all situated. But within Notion, you have different areas of your life, and then you have the different tasks under the different areas and different projects. Well, different projects, and then the tasks that go with those projects, and then you have your calendar and so forth. But it has different areas of our lives. And this right here will help us to really sit down and say, what do I value? And what do I see that I'm spending most of my time in, and how can I rearrange that? So this, like I said, is called the Wheel of Life. And what the Wheel of Life has on it has, you might see different wheels of life with different categories, but this one that I presented to you, it has 8 categories: family, faith/spiritual, family, work, career. So that can be like your business, health, your finances, personal growth, fun and leisure, and then community service. So what I want you to do with this activity is think about your life right now. Right now, at this very moment, or whenever you're doing this activity. Don't think about the future. Don't think about yesterday. Think about right now. How satisfied are you with this area of your life? And I want you to rate it from 1 to 10. And as you complete this, rating it from 1 to 10, so let's say spiritual, I would put in 8, going down and so forth, and putting your answers in each column. Then you would come down here to the Wheel of Life. This is the actual wheel, and you would label each piece of this with these different areas over here. So this would be faith and spiritual, this would be family, work, career, and so forth. And then so I gave 8 for faith and spiritual. I would color up to the 8th line, and then after I'm finished, I can see how balanced my life is in these, according to these areas and according to my satisfaction. And this would just help me to see what areas of my life I need to work on, and what areas of my life I might want to give some more time and energy to. And then from there, we can create some small steps to bring greater balance to our areas of our lives. And I don't want you to, like I said, don't think about tomorrow or the future. Think about right now, because, and don't be alarmed if you have to give yourself a 2 for an area or a 3 or a 5 for an area, because every area of our life is not going to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. First of all, that's why we always have room for growth, and why we're always continuing to work on ourselves, and why we're being these great project managers of our lives. And as a project manager, we have to really sit down and ask ourselves what's essential, what can be delegated, what is draining me or taking my energy away, and how can I either remove that or tweak that or fix it, or help it to become balanced. And then also, what's missing from this plan? What's missing from our lives that we want to incorporate? We also know that we can't do anything without God in the center of it. Making sure we look at today and focus on today. Yes, we're planning for the future, and we're working and becoming whole and doing and making these plans for the future, but let's focus on today and the right now. And also, it reminds me of the scripture, Proverbs, the 16th chapter, the 3rd verse. And that says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So remember, as you are becoming the project manager of your life, God is the ultimate. So you know how we have different tiers, right? Of in the corporate world, in the project management world, or wherever, you have different tiers. Well, you're the project manager of your life, but there's always somebody above, right? So God is the ultimate project manager, and he's the project manager of all of our lives. So don't worry. He's always right there with you. So as you focus on your life, and as you plan your life, and as you get your life together, and as you move towards for wholeness and to balance out your life, remember to keep God in it. Remember to keep God right in the center of it. And what he will do as you lean on him for understanding, for wisdom, he will help you to those things that may be draining you, those things that you want to lean into more. He will help guide you into the direction to go with those different things. I just wanted to share these different activities, these different tools that can help us as we become the project managers of our lives, as we continue as wellness warriors, working towards and moving towards optimal health, optimal wellness. And like I said, yes, it's about what's on our physical plate, nutrition. Yes, it's about our physical exercise and our, workout, which I love to talk about and show you guys as I do my vlogs and things like that. I love to show you guys that. But it's also about digging deep into the actual inner pieces of our lives. What motivates us? What energizes us? What is going on in our day-to-day lives that could be affecting our health and our wellness? What are things that we can lean into more that will help us in a positive way? And what are things that we may want to lessen that is actually draining us and taking away from that optimal health? And I'm just going to leave you with this question here. If you did a quick audit of your life right now as you're watching this video, what area of your life would you need to shift your attention to right now so that you can work on that, so that you can create balance, that you can have more energy, that you can focus on your priorities in life? I love you guys. I hope that this helps somebody along the way. Wellness warriors, we are going to continue to work on our overall health, mind, body, and soul. So I will check you guys out in the next video. I love you guys, and God bless.